All right, well, first of all, Ellen, congratulations on the project. Good American Family, based on true events, of course, and quite a few turns on this one. Are you a true crime aficionado? Had you been familiar with the story before you signed on?
I had heard about the story. I hadn't watched the documentary, but plenty of people had asked me if I had. And I'm not necessarily a true crime junkie. I have 3 kids, so I don't watch a ton of stuff, but podcasts every once in a while. But not so much, not so much. But this was a pretty juicy opportunity to disappear into a character.
Absolutely. And to that point, disappearing into this type of character, this type of mother even, were there any challenges that came along with that, being a mother yourself?
Yeah, the whole thing was a challenge.
Yeah.
The whole thing was a challenge, but a creative challenge, and that really was what I needed at that time. I guess I always need it because I played the same character for so long. Yeah. As grateful as I am for that, and as much as I love the show, it was really refreshing to be able to get to do something new and have new obstacles.
Yeah. What was the most challenging part about wrapping your mind around someone like Kristine Barnett?
I think, for our version of Kristine Barnett, it's just, questioning or trying not to judge, make judgments. You can't really judge a character when you really have to get into the emotion of what that person is doing. Mm-hmm. You have to get into their mindset. You can't be in a mindset of judging because then you're outside looking in, and that doesn't serve the acting well. So I think the most challenging part is the intensity of the emotions.
Yeah.
With children.
Yeah. Natalia Grace, when you think about all of sort of the shocking occurrences with this true story, what surprised you most about what she went through, her experience? Do you have any intention of reaching out to her ever? I know you haven't met or talked to Kristine, right?
No. I haven't spoken to anybody. And again, the story that everyone has seen in the documentary is it's a bunch of different people's perspectives, right? And that's the thing about us as human beings is we all have opinions. Yeah. We all have ideas. We all have our own truth. We all think we know what happened, but if you and I watched the same exact thing, we might very well come away from it thinking 2 completely different things. And so I think, with this story, no one really knows, right? We had a research team, and we had pages and pages of research that our writers wrote, 8 beautiful scripts. Mm-hmm. But this show is really about the human condition and how do we see things, and the fact that we all see things very differently. Mm-hmm. Regardless, your truth is different than my truth, and what is that about human beings, and why are we like that, and how do we judge? Do we judge, or do we have empathy for one another? And I think we all could use a little more empathy and less judgment.
Amen. Absolutely.
But I think that's the themes that we hope to elicit when people watch this show.
And as you mentioned, your first lead role since stepping into Meredith Grey's Scrubs on Grey's Anatomy. How excited were you to kind of take on this new challenge, separate from the actual story and the creative, just to dive headfirst into a new world, a new role?
I was really excited. Yeah. I started about a year prior to us filming with dialect coach and acting coach, and we started creating her look with wardrobe and hair and makeup. And it was really fun.
Yeah. How shocked are Grey's fans going to be to see you?
I hope. I mean, listen, we owe them everything, right? So I've had an incredible 20-year career with them. So I hope they're shocked, and I hope they love it.
Yeah. There was a recent headline, Carrie Russell's daughter recently watched Felicity Friday, right? Uh-huh. So your oldest is 15?
Yes.
Has she seen Grey's yet?
Yes.
What does she think? Has she given judgment on Mom's sort of defining series, or is she?
She has so many judgments. None of them I will say on television, but she has a lot to say. 15-year-olds have a lot of opinions. Thank God.
Yeah.
We want them to, right?
Absolutely.
especially our girls. We want them to speak up and say what they think.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
So you're like, well, off record, but yeah, she has plenty of opinions.
Yeah.
And in celebration of 20 years of Grey's, the impact that you've had in that role, the way that you've really moved ground with it, what do you think has been the most, or what do you hope will be the most impactful part of your legacy when it comes to what you've done with Grey's Anatomy?
I think there's a couple of things. I think that the introduction to the world of Shonda Rhimes, I think, is really impactful. I think she changed television forever, and I'm so proud to be a part of her legacy and what she means to people. And I think that Grey's is a show that brings people together and makes people feel, and that is a pretty cool legacy to have. And it's also spawned so many generations of doctors and nurses and healthcare professionals, people who want to go into medicine because that's a calling. It isn't for everybody. And so many people want to go into the field of medicine because of Grey's. So there's a lot to be proud of there.
Yeah. And you talked about that iconic pick-me scene, how you originally felt about it.
Yes.
Like a little bit like, oh, what are we doing here? But it is really a standout moment of the series. It's also the gift that keeps on giving on TikTok. Gen Z loves it.
Goes to show you I know nothing about making television. I think I know, and I'm completely wrong all the time.
Has your opinion around that scene or your feelings on it changed as you've seen sort of what it ended up becoming?
No, I still tell my daughters, don't ever beg a man ever. Don't ever do that. But I think that's the funniest thing, is just that I was like, I was cringing when I had to do that. I was like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
And it's just so funny how that ends up being what girls love.
Yeah.
Because I guess we've all done it, right? We've
think
all
so.
been there, and we've all done it.
Yeah.
Hopefully we have our one pick-me moment, and then we move on.
I know that's
We got to get it out of our system.
Done,
yes,
okay?
one and
Just
done.
Get it out of the
exactly.
system and move on.
Yes, everybody gets one free pass.
Okay, fair.
Yes.
Good. I think I burned mine many years ago, so good to know. Before I let you go, this role is going to be really exciting for folks to watch. We obviously love you as Meredith. Anything after this that you'd still love to tackle when it comes to a specific type of role or character?
I just love disappearing into this role.
Yeah.
It was like really fun to get to disappear, and I think fun for my fans too. You know, I can't really just give them can't serve them up anything.
Yeah.
You know, they're a very discerning bunch. So we need to make sure, you know, we don't do anything half-assed. We need to do it all the way. And so the more I can disappear into a character, because Meredith is so iconic. Right. I'm so iconic as her. You know, that's my bed. I have to lie in it. It's okay. But they deserve a lot. Yeah. So the more I can disappear into roles, I think the more I can entertain them.
Well, we look forward to all the roles you will soon disappear in. But in the meantime, we'll be enjoying this one. Ellen, thank you so much. It was great to talk with you.
Thank you, Zuri. It was great to talk to you, too.